What's up everybody, another beautiful day in the Dragon Isles, and today I'll be showcasing a potential build going into 10.1 that I've been having a blast playing on the PTR in dungeons, which is a Fizz Gamba or Storm Gamba plus Fire Nova build featuring deeply rooted elements. Now keep in mind this is PTR, things can change, and since I can't be sure this build will stay viable, I won't be doing this as a complete guide for the build, more of a showcase, but I will post updated guides when 10.1 is out. But in essence, this build features all the Wind Fury talents, Feral Spirits with Alpha Wolfies for more AoE and fist damage, as well as deeply rooted elements, Static Accumulation and Thorim's Invocation, with Legacy of the Frost Witch and Fire Nova with Swirling Maelstrom. Now in 10.1, Fire Nova damage type is changed to Flame Strike, which means it counts as physical and fire damage, which means physical Wolfies will buff Fire Nova now. And deeply rooted element has been changed to have an ever increasing proc rate to make it more consistent, so each Storm Strike increases its chance to proc, and Static Accumulation now gives you a 20% chance to also refund all Maelstrom spent on Chain Lightning and Lightning Bolt. So all of this combined and you'll be generating an absurd amount of Maelstrom constantly. You'll have pretty much 100% uptime on Wolves on AoE, sometimes multiple, and it is far easier to manage than the Elementalist builds for enhancement, which I know some players have had a hard time adjusting to. Since this build uses Fire Nova, you don't need to care about Frost Shock, Ice Strike, and Hailstorm stacks, and you don't need to tab target for Lashing Flames, so it is very straightforward to play in comparison. Keep Fire Nova on cooldown, keep Crash Lightning buff up, Storm Strike as much as possible, and Chain Lightning whenever you're at 10 Maelstrom stacks, or if you're at like 5 but you can't Storm Strike, and keep Flame Shock up on up to 6 targets. So we only really Lava Lash to spread and maintain Flame Shock. Now a lot of the time you'll be altering between one ability and a spender, due to the insane amount of Maelstrom you generate on AoE. Other times you get to Storm Strike 3-4 times in a row and then spend. But that's what makes it a lot more straightforward. You just kinda smash and throw Chain Lightnings. And whenever you refund Maelstrom, that counts towards Feral Spirit cooldown reduction from Witch Doctor's Ancestry. So 20 sec Wolfie CDR whenever you refund a 10 stack Chain Lightning or Lightning Bolt, which can happen multiple times in a row.
Man, I love RNG.
And the best part of all of this isn't even taking Ascendancy procs into consideration. The spec performs extremely well on AoE even outside of Ascendancy procs, but yes, during Ascendancy it goes even more crazy since you'll just be spamming Wind Strike and watch them Chain Lightning spread across the packs. Unlimited power! Then if we take into account the new tier set we can get, this build, and well all enhancement build, goes a bit insane on AoE. So the 2 set bonus is Sundering increases your mastery by 24% for 15 seconds, and the 4 set bonus, Sundering increases your physical and fire damage dealt by 20% for 15 seconds. And your next 2 Chain Lightning casts deal 100% increased damage and refund again 50% of Maelstrom weapon stacks consumed. And this also counts towards Wolfie CDR. So following a Sundering, you'll just go a little bit God mode for 15 seconds, and the 20% Fizz and Fire increase both buff Fire Nova, and you're able to get off 2 of them during this buff window. And that slaps on AoE. And well, 100% increased Chain Lightning damage speaks for itself. It does about twice the amount of damage of a regular Chain Lightning, which is roughly like casting 2 Chain Lightnings, but in one. But overall, this build is just an absurd amount of fun to play. I really can't say if this will be the meta build, if you will, once 10.1 is out, but I'll be playing it a lot regardless when I'm farming keys, just from the sheer amount of fun it is. The only downside is it's a tad weaker on single target, or suffers a lot more from RNG, since on pure single target with no adds, we do not generate as much Maelstrom, and Fire Nova is sad at best on single target. It's like a moist fart. So we rely a lot more on Ascendancy procs to really pump on single target. We still do decent damage, but Ascendancy is what pushes it into the good damage territory on single target. However, the procs are a lot more consistent now with the deeply rooted elements changes in 10.1. But again, I don't want anyone going around being like, oh, this is the best build ever. We don't know. I don't know, but it is fun. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this showcase. We'll make full guides for this build as well as all other viable enhancement builds in 10.1. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss them. Now, if you have any questions, make sure to hit me up here or become a patron or Twitch sub and get access to the Stankie Gaming Discord. And thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.